It is currently very late at night, and I may or may not be slightly in the woods, just looking out into the city. Still in Japan, but it's kind of winding down a little bit. I haven't really felt the need to talk about anything for a bit, but there's one thing that has definitely been on my mind. I really like Japan. It's different than what I thought I would like about it. I knew I would be nervous, and I knew I would just have a lot of fun exploring, which I did, but there are some weird comforts that I found that I didn't really expect to find. I mean, the things that I do here are normal. In the US, maybe they're watching anime, playing video games, being maybe a little bit more secluded, not wanting to go back and forth with life and people as much is common here. I feels like I was able to just be who I was a little bit more comfortably in the US. Like, I just went to an anime, like a manga store, and I'm like, this is awesome, I'm gonna buy a thing. Like, I'm actually wearing right now a Neon Genesis Evangelion hoodie. And it's normal. Public transit is sick. I love it so much. Having access to things that I normally wouldn't have access to just through a train ride is something so comfortable. Like, if I wanted to go in my hometown to a, box store, or, to get anything outside of maybe, the one supermarket I have, my hometown would be an hour away. And here, I can get anything I ever wanted. Like, if I wanted to buy a computer, I would have to go 5 hours to Boston. But I don't. Here, I can take 20, I can just, from school, I can take 20 minutes to get to Akihabara or any other box store in the thing, and it's there, and it's great. Supermarkets are amazing. They have so many things that I would love to have. Like spices, like fish, mushrooms. So many things that are just not available in a small mountain town in the Northeast. But it just is here, because that's a symptom of a big city, so maybe it's something I can get back in the US. And one of the things that, when you live in a small town and small communities all your life, you know everybody. Here, I can just be a face in the crowd in a way which is, it's like I can kind of move on my own. I feel like maybe it's also with the idea that I was finally on my own and I was doing my own thing. I could just move on my own, and it felt so cool to just kind of be like, I want to go do this, I'm going to go do this, and not have to worry about anybody. And living in this city, in Tokyo, and finally feeling like I can just, I'm never going to see that person again. It was really refreshing, because when you have anxiety and social anxiety, I always care about what other people think a lot more than I probably should. And one of the things is, people always say is you're never going to see them again. But that's not really the point. The point is they're still going to have a thought about me in that moment. But here, I can just fade away a little bit and not feel that embarrassment and care for everybody's actions in a way. It was really refreshing. And once the semester ended, it was sad. I did my last volleyball club. I did everything, but I still had a little bit of time to go on my own. I did a bunch of shopping, a bunch of everywhere. I went places again. And then I did my own little side trip. I went to Kyushu, to Ehime Prefecture. I did just kind of my own traveling around, which is great. I would say that eating alone is kind of depressing. I mean, when you're traveling alone, I kind of didn't have anybody to talk to. It's just a consequence of that fact. And being shy enough, I'm not going to go to a bar and start talking to people. But I got to explore some really cool places. Matsuyama, Kagoshima, Fukuoka, and just kind of be around. And then I met up with my parents, which is cool. I get to show them around. It's a little bit stressful being the guide and everything. But it was almost kind of sad that I was with them. Not the fact that like I'm with them and I'm sad that I have to be with them, but it was the idea that I'm now just on a vacation. Even like traveling alone, like I was doing my own thing and on vacation, but I was still on my study abroad. I was still being on my own. But now that my parents are here, it's done. I'm no longer on my study abroad semester. I'm just on vacation, which is a sad thought, because I have enjoyed this so much. Not other than just like the friends that I've made here, like playing volleyball. Like I'm probably in better shape. I've lost maybe 10 pounds, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I was to begin with already in pretty good shape in comparison to most people. Like, I was not stressed about anything. I'm enjoying learning Japanese and I'm enjoying speaking it. Like, I remember calling my friend and being like, I'm kind of stuck right now because I know academically I should be going back to the US to get what I want to get, but I'm having just so much fun here, and I feel like I can finally be free in a way that I've never felt, and finally fully be able to express myself and not feel ashamed of it or not feel embarrassed by my actions the way that I did in the US. Getting over social anxiety, like, it's like when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And I've been doing a lot more new things, and it felt so much healthier for me to be here. And it's gonna be over, which is really, really sad. Especially because I made some really great friends, play volleyball to get all the time together. We go out to eat. I wish I could hang out with them just a little bit more. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll see them again, but it is melancholy. It's just melancholy. And so, I mean, I already know that I want to come back to Japan. I don't know what for. Maybe it's just going to be a vacation with my friends, my high school friends, college friends, and tell them all the places I went and show them around. And then we can do like bar things and stuff that I can't really do with parents, or like stuff I've been doing with my friends already here. But, or maybe I'm living here, or maybe doing something, because outside of just really enjoying Japanese culture and food, just because I like those things, like I like anime, I like all this, I was in a better place than I was for a while in Japan, and it's kind of sad that I'm going to have to say goodbye to this era. Maybe I'll start something new. Maybe this is a way for me to open doors. Like, how I started computer science was because I didn't get into a physics class in high school. And I started computer science on a whim, and that's now my favorite subject, and I love it so much. But maybe this will open something else. Maybe I'll do something back here. One of my relatives taught English in Japan, and he had a great time. Maybe I'll do that. And embarrassingly so much, there's a little part of me that wants to, settle down in a way. Not going to talk too much about that because that is still pretty embarrassing, but friends always joke around that I need to get a girlfriend, and Probably should have tried a little bit harder here. When you're still a little shy and still trying to figure out the language, it gets a little bit difficult to translate. But maybe in the future, because it would be really awesome. And I don't know. I'm really gonna miss it here. Like, I can't believe it's over. I remember being so nervous arriving, getting lost in Shinjuku Station on my first day with all my luggage. And now I'm a week away from being back in the US. It's just melancholy. ちょっと悲しいですけど、将来日本に戻ったいと思っています。でも今ちょっと悲しい。Maybe I'll be back. But for now, it's just been good to be here, and it's made me realize a lot of things about myself and about things that I should change and become better at. It's not going to be the same if I ever return, but I always hope that if I do, it'll be just as fun. And you never know, maybe someday I'll be the stereotypical white guy living in Japan, but we'll see. He's still got a lot of future ahead of me, and maybe one day. But I won't be making another one of these before I return, so これはさよなら日本